Hey everybody, my name's Kris Amerikos, and in this video, I'm going to tell you the difference between the words each and every. If you like the videos that we publish on this channel, then press like, press subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Alright, let's get started. So the words each and every are very, very similar, and they can be very confusing for people who are learning English and for native speakers too. Yeah. Even we get confused sometimes about these two words because they are so similar. They have almost the same meaning. So what's the difference? Well, both of these words are singular. That means that they talk about one thing. So when we say each, we are talking about one thing, and when we say every, we're talking about one thing, but we're putting all of those one things into a group. All right, so let's look at the real differences between these two words. Each focuses on one thing that is an individual. It's not part of a group. Or maybe it is part of a group, but we aren't talking about it as it relates to the group. We're talking about it as it's an individual item or an individual thing, and it's just one. So we're focusing on the fact that one of these things happens or one of these things exists, and each one is different from the other one. So we might say, for example, each boy grows up to be a man. And this means that the individual boy, so there are many individual boys in the world, right? But each one, all of these ones, right? We're just talking about the one, the individual, because we use the word each. But if we use the word every instead, then what we're focusing on is that there is a group. So if we say every boy grows up to be a man, then we're talking about the group of boys, right? So there's this group of people called boys, and every boy, all of the ones inside of this group, grow up to be a man. We're talking about all of this group, right? All of the examples. And when we use each, we want to focus on the individual example. Now, of course, both of them tell us almost the same information because they're both singular. So they both tell us about one thing, but also that one thing is part of a group. So each and every are really just different ways to talk about the same thing. And when we use these words, each and every, we need to remember that they talk about something singular, right? We said each boy, and we said every boy, one boy. And so after these words, we should use a singular verb, right? Each boy grows up to be a man, or every boy grows up to be a man. And we don't say every boys, right? We don't say that. And we don't use are. We don't say every boy are. No, that's not correct. Yes, we're talking about all of them, and we're talking about a group of them, but we're focusing on each member or every member in that group, right? And when we say each, we're focusing on the individual, and when we say every, we're focusing on the group. Now, you might be thinking, well, why do we need two words for that, right? Well, welcome to English. No, there's just a very small difference in meaning here, and really, in most situations, if you make a mistake with these two words, people will still understand you. Now, there are some other interesting words that are very similar. Like, when we have a group of people, then we might say, all three of them, or all three of those boys, right? We might say something like this. So we could use the word all plus a number, and then we can say of and a noun. And in this situation, now it's plural, it's more than one, and we need to use a plural verb. Like, all three of these boys have grown up to be men, right? So now we're talking about something more than one, plural. But what if we only have two of them? Not three, not four, not five, not 10, not 20, only two. Then we can use the word both. And when we use the word both, again, it's not singular, it's plural, it's more than one. So we could say, both of these boys have grown up to become men. right? So this means that there are two in this group, and we're talking about them in a plural way, about more than one of them, right? So both boys or both of the boys. So I hope that helps you understand the difference between each, every, and both. And I hope that you remember to always use a singular verb, like is, with each and every, because they are singular. If you like this video, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because every week I release a brand new English lesson. And you can request the topic of our next lesson by leaving a comment down below. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.